Welcome back, children. Last class we have learned about epidermis and characteristic of epidermis, and also the role of epidermis and the role of stomata in exchange of gases. And we have learned about the structures in how the epidermis in root cell and in stem and also leaf. In today's class, we shall see the complex permanent tissues. So, what is tissue, children? Tissues means a group of cells together is called tissues. So, we have learned simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Now, we finished simple permanent tissues like parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma, and we have covered the epidermis also. Now, we'll move on to the complex permanent tissues. Okay, why we are call it as complex permanent tissue, children? Because here we know parenchyma means it will store food, and collenchyma means mechanical strength, and sclerenchyma also mechanical strength. So they all will do only one kind of function, and they all will have a same kind of cells. But it is just opposite for complex permanent tissues, where we can see more than one type of cells in a tissue. We know tissue means group of cells together is called tissue, and complex permanent tissues we can see not only a same type of cells in a tissue, instead we can see different types of cells in a tissue, and also they have a different function also. That's why we can define as complex permanent tissues. Now look at the definition. First line, made of more than one type of cells, as I explained. So here tissue is made up of more than one type of cells, not always the same type, and they have a common origin, work together to do a common function. Why we are call it as a tissue, though they have a different kinds of cells, means all those different cells they have a common ancestor, common origin only. In that only they are divided into so many groups, but they all different kinds of cells work for a same function. That's why we can call it as complex permanent tissue. Is that clear? So how can we simply define complex permanent tissue? Complex permanent tissues tissues will have a more than one type of a cell, and they will have a common origin, and they will do the same function. That's the thing we are call it as complex permanent tissues. And where we can see the complex permanent tissues, we can see in second point, complex plants. We can see in complex plant, and also help a plant to survive in a terrestrial environment. So most of the land plants, okay, most of the land plants we can see complex permanent tissue, because land plants means terrestrial plant, they will possess a very rigid plant where we can see huge trees and all, but it is not in the case of marine water. Marine water we cannot see huge trees like that, but in common terrestrial areas we can see huge trees. So these kind of huge trees and huge plants, they will possess a complex plants, they will possess a complex permanent tissues. Is that clear, children? So now you got an idea regarding definition and where we can see the complex permanent tissues. Don't ever forget, complex permanent tissues can be seen in a complex plant type like a very huge trees and also trees, and very rarely in shrubs, not in herbs and all. Is that clear? And what is the main function of this complex permanent tissues? Main function of the complex permanent tissue is it will transport water, minerals and food to all parts of the plants. That is the main function. Don't ever forget, children, what is the main function of the complex permanent tissues? It will transport water, minerals, food to all parts of the body. So based on the function, we will see two types under complex permanent tissues. First one xylem, second one phloem. Xylem is meant for transporting water. Phloem is meant for transporting food. Phloem is meant for transporting food item. So xylem is meant for what? Water. But here we can see four types of xylem parts. As we discussed earlier, the complex permanent tissues means it will contains different types of cells, but these different types of cells will do the same function, they'll have a common origin also. And what are the four types? Like tracheids, vessels or trachea, xylem parenchyma, xylem sclerenchyma. So these are the four types of xylem. Under phloem also we have four types: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. So first, just to go through the types of xylem and phloem, we will see one by one and you will be thorough with the function of xylem and phloem. Okay, and we know xylem and phloem both are conducting tissues. What it will conduct? It will conduct water and food. Both the conducting tissues. So why we are called it as conducting tissues? Because it will transport water, mineral and food. That's why we can call it as conducting tissues. And what is the synonym word or equal term for the conducting tissues? That vascular tissues. So we have learned in lower classes in grade 6 and all regarding vascular tissues. Xylem and phloem, we can call it as a vascular tissue. Why we are called it as vascular tissues? Because these only will carry water, food and minerals. That's why we can call it as the vascular tissues. And xylem and phloem together will be in a one bundle, so that we can call it as vascular bundle. Together form a xylem. Xylem and phloem together will form a bundles. That's why we can call it as vascular bundles. Is that clear, children? So now you learned about the definition of complex permanent tissues, function of complex permanent tissues. We can see complex permanent tissues in most of the land plants, not all. Like we cannot see in herbs and most of the shrubs, and some of the shrubs and some of the trees, most of the trees we can see complex permanent tissues. What is the function? It will transport water, minerals and food to all parts of the plant. And what are the types of xylem and phloem? What is xylem and phloem? Xylem is meant for water, phloem is meant for food transport. Xylem has four types: tracheids, vessels or trachea, xylem parenchyma, xylem sclerenchyma. Phloem also four types: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. And now xylem and phloem together we can call it as vascular tissue, and it will be in bundles. Together they will be in a bundle, so we can call it as vascular bundle. So xylem vascular tissue plus phloem vascular tissues together only we can call it as vascular bundle. Is that clear? Xylem vascular tissues like all four types, phloem vascular tissues like all four types, together only we can call it as vascular bundle. Is that clear, children? So next we'll move on to the next slide. Now I'll explain xylem and phloem, then it will be easy to you understand. Only 2 slides, children. Okay, only 2 slides will finish today. And complex permanent tissue, this is a xylem. And what is the synonym word for xylem? Xylem means wood. Okay, if the woody plants and all, woody plants, we can see the xylem. And the cells have thick walls. The xylem cells have a thick walls. And the elements are, what are the parts of the xylem means or types of xylem means? Tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. Vessels are here 4 types is there, no, children, and this 4 also will have a different kind of function but different role, but they will do the same function only. Different role here and there, some functions will vary, but at last they all will conduct water and minerals only. Among 4, which is very important means vessels. Vessels are all most important element and it is very shorter and wider than the tracheids. So this is the structure of vessels. Okay, now vessels. So like this we can see the structure of vessel. This is the structure of vessels. And actually vessels and tracheids have tube-like structure that helps in transporting water and minerals vertically and efficiently. So the tracheids, so this is vessels, and tracheids also like a tube-like structure. This is a structure of tracheids, and this tracheids also tube-like structure. Both vessels and tracheids also tube-like structure, and they will help to transport water and minerals vertically. So not in a horizontal manner, children. It will help to transport waters in a vertical manner, not in the horizontal. So it used to transport water through a verticals through a small pores present in their body. Is that clear? So we know what are the four parts of xylem: tracheids, vessel, xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. And now the first picture, the first picture is, we can call it as vessels. Second picture is tracheids. They have a small round like structures in their body. Okay, and through these two, tracheids and vessels, through these two only water will be conducted from root to other parts of the body, like a tube like structures. Through that only water can be transported throughout your plant body. And remaining two is there, xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. Xylem parenchyma is meant for store food and helps in lateral conduction of water. So imagine now vessel is conducting water in a vertical position, and the xylem parenchyma, okay, the xylem parenchyma will help to transport food and helps in lateral conduction of water. We know parenchyma means it will store food items. So, and what is the role of xylem parenchyma means it will help to transport food through the lateral side and also water and also conduction of water. And in addition to transporting water and mineral salts from roots to leaves, xylem also provides support to plants and trees because of its tough lignified vessels. And sclerenchyma, it will help us for the mechanical support because it has a thick cell wall. So it will help for the support of the plant. It will help for the support of the plant. Is that clear, children? So what and all points you want to remember here? Very important point is xylem as of four types: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. Tracheids and vessels are tube-like structures. Through that, water can be transported from root to other parts of the plant body in a vertical direction. And xylem parenchyma is meant for transport of water in lateral side. Apart from that, it will transport some amount of food item also. And xylem vessels, they have a lignin in their outer part of the vessels. We know cell wall is made up of cellulose. We have learned in lower classes. But apart from that, we can see lignin, other chemical substance which can be seen in a vessels. So vessels is a lignified, so there won't be any leakage of water from the vessels. So directly it will give to the needed areas only. It will transport the water. There won't be any leakage in the vessels. Why? Because the vessels are lignified. They are sealed with a complex chemical called lignin. Is that clear, children? And next we'll see the phloem. So how we are telling a synonym word for xylem is wood, like that. Phloem is also, we have another name, bast. Okay, phloem is another, we can call it as bast. Okay, and here we know there are four types. Okay, sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Sieve tubes are like a term itself we are telling. Sieve tubes are tube-like structure. Sieve tubes are tube-like structure. Now this is the structure of the sieve tube. Okay, in that we can see the transport of water, and this is a sieve tube, children. This is the sieve tube, and closer to the sieve tube we can see one cell is attached with the sieve tube, that we can call it as companion cells. Companion cell. So what is companion cell? A cell is attached to the sieve tube. A cell which is attached, this is a sieve tube. Okay, a cell which is attached to the sieve tube is called companion cells. Is that clear? So this sieve tube and companion cells will help for the transport of food items. And here the end walls are called sieve plates and perforated due to the presence of pore. This is only, we can call it as end wall. So end wall has small pores. Because of the presence of pores, we can call it as perforated. So because of pores only, There is a chance of passing a food item from one tube to another tube. That's the thing we are call it as pores. So because of the presence of pores, we can call it as perforator or sieve plate. Both are synonym only. And the phloem transports the prepared food from leaves to storage organ and from storage organs to growing regions. Hence, materials can move in both the direction. But in xylem, only vertical direction the water will move from root to the other parts of the plant body. But come to phloem, we can see in both the direction from leaf to other parts of the body and also storage regions to the meristematic region. So in both the direction also we can see the transport of food items. So now we are clear about the two part like sieve tube, companion cells, and we all well known phloem parenchyma will store the food items. Phloem parenchyma will store the food items. So this is a sieve tube, this is sieve tube, this is attached with the sieve tube is companion cell, and phloem parenchyma is meant for storage of food items. And second one we can call it as phloem fiber. This is the fiber. Okay, so this is the fiber. This fiber is important in the phloem. Okay, so phloem fiber is economically very important. So we can call it as bast fiber also. Is that clear, children? So what are the four types of phloem? Sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers. Sieve tubes are meant for transport of food item in both the direction. Attached with the sieve tube is companion cells. This is a sieve tube means attached with the sieve tube is companion cells, and phloem parenchyma will be in a hexagonal shape. Okay, in that storage of food will be there, and phloem fiber is also a very slender tube-like structure. It is economically very important. Is that clear, children? And quickly we'll reveal the concept once again. So what I drawn there, no? Here we'll discuss that. Xylem, we'll see the difference also. Xylem and phloem. Xylem will conduct water and minerals, whereas phloem will conduct only food items. Xylem conduction in both the directions. Xylem conduct only in one direction. See, only one arrow mark was given because from root to other parts of the plant. And here it will occur in both the direction, from leaf to storage organ and from storage organ to again tip of the plant. Like that, both the direction food item can be transported, that is upward and downward. And conducting channels through that which is water is moving, tracheids and vessels. So what are the conducting channels in xylem? Xylem has four parts in that which is act as a conducting channels. Conducting means transporting, tracheids and vessels. And xylem parenchyma is living, all other elements are dead. I told you, tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. In that everything was dead cells. Only xylem parenchyma is a living because they need a food item for their parts. So xylem parenchyma alone living, remaining tracheids, vessels and the xylem sclerenchyma or xylem fiber. Xylem sclerenchyma or xylem fiber, these are dead. Why? Because the cell wall is made up of lignin and also suberin. So this lignin and suberin, it won't allow to entry of material from the sideways, and there is no leakage also in the sideways. So these three are called dead. Only xylem parenchyma is living. And xylem conducts fifth point of xylem. Xylem conducts and gives mechanical strength also due to the presence of lignified vessels. So you want to remember why it is called it so means before, when it was in the simple permanent tissues it is living only, but now it was changed into non-living or dead because the wall is lignified with the lignin component. So the lignin component act as a seal for the tube like tracheids and vessels. It won't allow anything to get in and get out of the tissues. So this is very plus point. Imagine if it is leakage means automatically all water will move out from the tissues and there won't be any reach of water to the required area. So that's the thing we are call it as these three are dead. Only xylem parenchyma is a living. Come to phloem. Here conducting channels are only sieve tubes Along with the sieve tubes, sideway we can see the companion cells also. All elements are living, only phloem fibers are dead, because here they need to transport food items. Okay, because lateral transfer also will be there. Lateral transfer also, two-way also will be there. So like phloem parenchyma, sieve tube, companion cells, these three also living, only phloem fiber is dead. So you want to remember comparatively. Here xylem parenchyma alone living in xylem, remaining three is dead. But phloem, we can see phloem fiber alone dead, remaining three like sieve tubes, companion cells and the phloem parenchyma. These three also living. And phloem, it will contact only, here it won't give any mechanical strength. So that is the difference between xylem and phloem. Now I think you got an idea regarding the complex permanent tissues. What is meant by complex permanent tissue, where we can see what is the function, what are the two types, under two types what are the four types, but they'll have a common origin, they'll have a common function, and the structures and the difference. Please go through and write all important points in your note, and we'll get back for test in afternoon session. Thank you, children.